Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose, and today I'm sharing a process video in my TN. So I'm using a cover and insert from Start Bay Notebooks, and recently I've been lucky enough to be selected as a brand ambassador for London Gifties, so I thought I'd use some of their ephemera when creating these pages today. So I'm starting off by looking through some of the paper in the bundle and the beautiful packaging that Christine used to wrap everything in, and just lining it up to see what I'd like to include on my pages. Once I'm happy that I've picked the main pieces of paper that I want to use, I decide to distress the edge of my pages using Distress ink in Vintage Photo, and I will also distress the edge of the papers that I've just torn, just along those edges as well. This is one of my favourite journals to work in. I just find it really relaxing just looking through my piles of paper, journal ephemera and stamps to decide what I want to decorate with. And I use this journal to write about days out, exploring, but also just anything that's going on in my head at that time that I just want to write on paper, perhaps work through any problems. So it's really just a journal I use for any thoughts that are in my head. I'm now going back to those pieces of paper to check that I'm happy with how I'm layering them and checking that they'll definitely work and look okay before I start to glue them down. And I try and balance the pages as best as I can. I like to have something in two opposite corners or sometimes down the opposite edges of the pages. And for me, I just find that that's what looks the best. I'm using really easy glue, so just some Pritt stick to put down the thin layers because I don't need anything too strong. When I'm adding the ephemera to my pages, I try and make sure that I leave lots of space so that I've got plenty of room for writing too. I don't tend to plan out too much in advance what I'm going to use. I just look through the paper and scraps that I've got left and decide what I'd like to put down. I've also got some lovely bags of tickets and stamps, so I like to include those too. They give a nice bit of colour. And I just find the whole process really quick and relaxing. I'm now sticking down some of the wax paper, and that's got bits of string and I think it's wax sort of blobs on top of it that was used as the packaging in the bundle that I received in the mail. I really love keeping hold of packaging and trying to use it in my journal if I can. It just adds another layer of interest to my pages. I'm now adding a torn strip of washi tape to the edge of my page, and again I like the torn look rather than cutting things to look too precise, and it also makes it nice and quick to work with. I'm now using an alphabet stamp set and the vintage photo distress ink to stamp out March at the top of my page, and I will also use one of the London Gifties stamps and add that to the bottom right hand corner of my page. And I'm now adding just another little strip of washi tape across the top. One of the things I love to add to my journal pages is dried flowers, and I did dry lots last year, but I've also ordered some online, and these came from an Etsy shop, and they had a huge supply that I could find on Etsy, so it's really nice just to have some in my stash ready to go when I fancy using them. I'm going to secure them down first of all using some washi, and I'm then going to use a wax seal to hold them down more permanently. I've got a bag of wax stars, and I'm going to add a few different colours into the melting spoon because I really like the look of it when all those colours just kind of meld in together. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and that maybe it's given you some new ideas to play around with in your journal. It's a different type of video for me here on YouTube, so I'd love to hear whether you'd like to see more of this type of video, and if you've got any questions or feedback at all, it'd be great if you'd add them down below. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you consider subscribing, and if you've enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next one.